In today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to tackle the trickiness of using creams and powders in your makeup. Which one goes first? Which one goes second? I got you covered, so stick around. I just finished applying Stella's foundation, which was a cream foundation and a liquid concealer. So now the question is, where do we go? Which products can we use? Do we set her face with powder? Well, the answer really comes down to one simple rule, which is try and keep all your creams and liquids at the same process point in your makeup before you do your powders. It's just a great rule of thumb. I'm gonna be using a liquid contour, and this is a fun new product. I'm really excited to use this. This is the Soft Pinch Contour from Rare Beauty, and it is a liquid. So using it now while her face has that cream emollient foundation on, it's just gonna blend really nice and seamlessly into the skin. Now that doesn't mean you can't apply this on top of a powder. You could, it would just be much more intense. Okay, so now that we've got our cream contour on, I'm still not ready to powder the face yet because I do wanna add some highlighter. Do you like to use highlighter?
I do.
I love a glowy skin,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So if I'm gonna be using a liquid highlighter, applying it before I apply powder to the face is going to allow it to really melt into the skin the same way we did with that contour so that it creates the most beautiful natural effect. Plus it allows us to go a little bit more in the product. You can apply it in a little bit of a larger area because it's gonna, like I said, melt together. So it won't look so like, bah, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be using another new product which we're really excited about. This is from Urban Decay, and this is the Face Bond Luminizer from the Face Bond collection. And I'm using this in the shade PCH, which is Pacific Coast Highway. I personally like to apply these types of products with my fingers. You can use a brush. I do find that the fingers allow you to have a little bit more control in melting it in because of the warmth of my skin and your skin. And I have to add a little bit to the nose. Beautiful. Okay, so I feel really good about the use of creams and liquids now on the face. We've got complexion done, we've got contour, we've got highlighter. Now, before we move towards blush and any other powder products I might want to use, I want to set the face. So I'm going to be using a powder from NARS, and this is a pressed setting powder. This is crystal, and it's a light reflecting setting powder. I like to use small brushes.
Okay.
That makes it a lot easier that you don't over powder. So it's only going to add a little bit of setting, but it is going to keep the life on the skin. I know a lot of people struggle with under eye concealers moving around. I love this powder for sealing that because it's so light. Probably doesn't even feel like I'm putting anything,
No.
right? Feel with your finger how light that.
Oh my gosh.
It's just literally light reflecting.
Yeah.
Isn't it the most insane texture
Yeah,
though?
it's like little blotting.
It's like baby silk blotting
Yeah.
papers. It's so lovely. I absolutely love this product. Seriously, I highly recommend it. Now all that makeup is set, it's safe now to move on to any other powder products we want to use. So I like to use a little bit of a powder bronzer. Do you like bronzers?
I do. I don't know how to use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a perfect opportunity.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be using this one from Sephora collection. It's the matte bronzers, and this is actually in shade 2, Beach Bum. It's a beautiful collection. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the product. Remember that bronzing is where the sun hits you. So it's gotta be where it's coming down from. So we do our contours underneath, and I like to use a powder bronzer where that meets the top portion. So right from where the contour went to a little bit above. And it just adds the nicest touch of warmth. Same thing on the forehead. Remember, this is where the sun would naturally hit us. Now I want to think about if I'm going to use a powder highlighter. Powder highlighters can be pretty intense, and again, powders can be a little scary to people. Sometimes they get nervous about texture. This one in particular is really good. I like to use it really minimally because it works beautifully. This is where we want that extra little pop, okay? So this is from Dior. This is the Backstage Universal Glow Face Palette. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this really light tone here. I know it looks very, very light. I'm using a eyeshadow brush. So think about that too when you're applying things like powders, especially. The size of the brush is gonna determine how much product ends up on your face. So if you use small brushes, you're sort of forced to do it in a small area. So I went right on the high point here, and you just blend it out. And what this is really great for is little touches. The less you use, the better off it is. It ends up melting right into the skin, looking absolutely beautiful. Okay, it's blush time. So of course we've got the Patrick Ta blush duos. Now this is really interesting because what he did when he created this product is he kind of role reversed the thinking in makeup, which is creams and liquids first, then powder second. Well, what he did was he created a duo, which is a powder, and then under here is a cream, and you use it powder first, cream second. So it's really interesting, and I'm gonna show you how this works. So you start with the powder. Application-wise, I like to think from the outer corner of the eye, come down, that's a good place, or you can think about 2 fingers. That's about where you'd want that to go. And then you can just tap. I like to do a circular motion. Now we're gonna add the cream. I know it's backwards, you don't think, but he really did create this so that the product in the end result has a very dewy, glowy, hydrated effect. I do like to do this with my fingers again. So you just sweep across. As you can see, it's very emollient. Same place, same technique for applying. It's designed to sit on that powder and melt all those tones together. Oh, that looks so good on you. That is really beautiful on you. That's a beautiful tone.
Yeah.
And this is one of the new tones. We love it. It's called She Goes to the Gym. Do you go to the gym? You do go to the gym. You are a gym girl. I know that. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
So I chose the right color and the right name. She goes to the gym. That's beautiful. I love it. Now, we've got to get a lip on Stella. We love a lip. I know you're a lip girl. I'm going to go into my trusty artist pencil from Makeup Forever. The creaminess of this lip liner pencil works beautiful. And now I'm gonna add a little Tower 28 lip gloss. It's gonna stay right on the lips and just look gorgeous. Okay, Stella, so what do you think?
I love it.
So I think you've got some new tricks for your makeup routine, right?
Oh my gosh, and it looks so natural.
The powder, remember, that was your one thing. You were like, I don't like powder, but it doesn't look like you have heavy powder on. Your skin looks radiant and glowing and hydrated.
You can't get over this
The gloss, I know. Well, while Stella has now fallen in love with Tower 28's gloss, I hope you all had a great time watching us learn about powders and creams and where and how to use them. I know it can be confusing, but in the end, it's just makeup. So have some fun with it, and we'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.